So to start at your second y value here, and again, flash fill command. Oops. Flash fill, okay. And then it's the origin up here, so it's 0 again. And then you can just delete that. So now our convention is actually a little bit different than AutoCAD's. Oops. It's our convention is along the length. It's the x-axis, and along the x-axis in AutoCAD, it's actually the y-axis in our convention, and the y-axis in AutoCAD is actually the z-axis in our convention, because ours is 3D, not just this 2D shape. So just move it over, call it x, y, z. So x is going to be your length. Your length of the passenger section can vary between 2.8 meters to 4.7 meters. So say I want to do 3,000 millimeters, so 3 meters, as my length. Then if I wanted the widest section to be directly in the middle of the canoe, I would put 1,500 as my x on the maximum beam here. But because I want mine a little bit asymmetrical, I'm going to put 1,200. And then the y value is going to, or the x value, sorry, is going to be the same for every single value on this station. Just make sure you don't have anything weird like this continue word in here. So that's my first station. Do the same for where the very first passenger is going to be sitting and where the very last passenger is going to be sitting. So again, respect the minimum widths when doing that, as well as the minimum and maximum length. You can either draw another square. Again, like you're going to obviously want it to be smaller than your maximum beam that you've drawn here. Or you can, and then you can just draw like your different shape. So say I wanted like more of a V shape or a circular shape at the front rather than this tumble home, then I could redraw this another square and do this whole process again. If you wanted just the same shape but a little bit smaller, you could just multiply the y and z values here by a scaling factor. So for example, since I did my maximum beam width at 700 millimeters and the minimum front width I can do is 520 millimeters, then that is a scale of about 75% in the y-axis, and the z-axis, because I did a depth of 320 and the minimum I can do is 300, then that's a scaling factor of about 94%. So just based on your numbers, make sure you respect the minimums there that are all written in the email. So if I wanted it to be the same, I would just go, my new y, I would go equals 0.75 times by that equals, and then just drag it all down. And my new z is going to be 0.94 times by this, and drag it all down. That's my second station. And just put them in like order here. So let me just do this. Insert cut cells. Oops. Insert cut cells, shift cells down. Oh fuck, no. Oh god. And you want to pick your next x. So at the front, for now, we're just going to do 0. This is going to change later when we do our tips, but just put 0 as your first station. And then you can just copy it all. No matter what length you choose, 0 is going to be your first station. And then you can just cut it, click the top row, and the second row actually, insert cut cells. insert cut cells, shift cells down. Okay. And you've just put them there now. And then the very last station is going to be whatever length you pick. So I said I wanted to do 3000. And again, I mean, you can scale it differently. So the back minimum width is 420. So I could actually scale my width by as much as 60% from the maximum beam. So again, same thing. Or again, like I said, you can draw your shape in AutoCAD, it's whatever you prefer, and whatever shape you're trying to get in the end. Oops. So that's pretty much it for the 3 stations. Please have that for the next meeting. And then later on, we're going to be adding the tips, and we'll be able to get this point file. We're going to put it into Delftship, and you can see what your canoe looks like in 3D space. So thank you.